Hey guys, thanks for coming back to another Anatomy with Alan session. So this week we're going to be talking about the lymphatic system. So this play kind of plays in hand with the immune system. So let's get into it. So the main functions of the lymphatic system. So number one, it protects the body from pathogens. And like I said before, it works as part of the in part with the immune system. And then it also does keep fluids at a normal level. And it also gets fats from the digestive tract. And it also transports waste and those unwanted cells from the lymph. So, with all the body systems I've gone over. They all have their important parts to it, and these also have quite a few. So to start off, you have your lymph. So this is the fluid that's within the lymphatic vessels. And what this is, it's excess fluid that's drained from the cells and tissues. Like I said, it's within the lymphatic vessels, and it also contains different types of nutrients and even pathogens. And it also carries white blood cells throughout the body to fight off those infections. Then you have your lymph nodes, which are small little glands. So those filter lymph, and they get rid of those dangerous pathogens. They also store white blood cells to fight those infections. Um, so within the body, there's estimated 500 to 600 nodes throughout. And there's only a few areas where you can actually feel them. So those areas are specifically in the neck, then in the groin area, in your armpits, and also behind your knees. That's where you can feel them the most. Um, then you have your lymphatic vessels. So uh, they work similar to veins as far as so they carry lymph away from the tissues, um, and the veins carry blood away from the tissues. They both work under low pressure environment, um, and they also have a one way flow that includes ducts to prevent that backflow, which could be dangerous. Um, and the the lymphatic vessels also filter lymph wherever the nodes are located. Then you do have your collecting ducts. So here, they're located throughout the lymphatic system. Um, those ducts allow lymph to flow through the lymphatic vessels. Then the largest organ of the lymphatic system is the spleen. So it's located basically like underneath your rib cage and above the stomach. Um, and the job of the spleen is to produce white blood cells to and help fight off infections. Then you have your thymus, which is another organ. It's also part of the endocrine system, which we'll cover another time. So this organ makes white blood cells, and they're a mature form of white blood cells, so they're super effective when it comes to fighting off infections. Then you have your tonsils. So this is actually the first line of defense for the system. And when you're swallowing food or even breathing in air, that's the thing that catches those dangerous pathogens. Um, then you have your Peyer's patches, which are located within the lining of the small intestine, and these help destroy bad bacteria. And then you got this small little part that's right where the connection between the small intestine and large intestine meet, is a small little part called the appendix. And what the appendix actually does, it regulates bacteria within the digestive tract. and it gets rid of that harmful bacteria before absorption occurs within the intestine. Um, and after fighting off an infection, it completely gets rid of as much bacteria as possible. So even that means even the good bacteria. So people have said that another thing that the appendix does, it uh, gets that good bacteria levels up within the digestive tract. Um, there's a few common infections of the lymphatic system. One of them being enlarged lymph nodes. So this is caused mostly by infections and also inflammation. Um, Specifically, like if you get ear infection, um, there's there's a couple in this area right here where you can, if the infection gets that bad, you can feel it, and at a certain point, if it does get that bad, you can even see it because they're just popping out. So yeah, then you got the accumulation of fluid, or another name for it that is lymphedema. So what this is it's a blockage within the lymphatic system, and it's due to damaged vessels or nodes. And it could actually be very painful and even life-threatening if it's not treated. And then you have your lymphoma, so cancer of the lymphatic system. So what this is generally when white blood cells in lymph nodes are produced at a rapid and controlled pace. So there's a large amount. And then, so I guess like a subcategory of that. So you have Hodgkin's lymphoma, or in other words, Hodgkin's disease. For more people that know that name. So this is the general what it is. It's the white blood cells. They grow at the extremely abnormal pace, so that gets too much for the body. And then you do also have the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So this is actually one of the more common types. Sorry. And what this is, it's tumors start to develop from the white blood cells that are being produced. And then you have interesting facts. I was really surprised by this actually. So uh, lymph actually starts off as being plasma within the blood, and then it gets transferred out into the lymphatics vessels. Um, and if you recall from when I was talking about the circulatory system, uh, that system is roughly 60,000 miles if you completely extend it out. And the lymphatic system is actually twice the size of the circulatory system. So that's at least uh, 12, sorry, 120,000. So that's quite a bit. That's pretty far. And then another thing is it's the most undervalued and least understood system of the body. Um, so, in other words, if I don't know if many people have thought about this, but if the system did stop working, um, we would die between 24 to 48 hours just because that's how important the lymphatic system is to the body. Just because it plays that big of a role in fighting off different infections, making sure it's regulating the fluids within the body. So yeah. So next week we're going to be going over the digestive system. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.